So guys, I got my mic on because some of you mentioned last time that the voice quality wasn't good in my last video, so I got this whole mic thing going. So, and also, if you remember last time, I've been making you meet a lot of people, especially bodybuilders, fitness models. So this time I'm going to bring in somebody very special, somebody who's not a bodybuilder, somebody who's not a fitness model, but a marathon runner and an army guy. So I got him. Introduction, and I'm going to talk about you.
Okay.
Quick introduction. Okay.
I'm Manu. I'm in the army. I'm the rank of a lieutenant colonel, and I started running fairly recently. As far as running goes, started last January, so I'll complete just 2 years now. I've done 3 marathons so far. I'm
3 marathons.
training for the 4th now. Keeping it conservative.
How many kilometers?
Marathon is 42 plus kilometers. Yeah. So the beauty of running is that it gives you time with yourself. I think that's the first thing that happens. You have the runner's high, all the endorphins and everything gets released. And more than that, I guess, when you get into the science of it, you see physical and mental changes in your being. So, like when you start and you've not reached anywhere, you feel that how is it that I'll do 42? You do a 10K and you feel that okay, that's pretty much, and so you keep on wondering how exactly am I going to reach that stage.
Especially when you start.
Yeah, especially when you start. And when it gradually increases, you see changes in yourself, in your mental makeup, in your physical being, in your aerobic fitness.
Correct.
So I think one of the best things to do is to go conservative, go slow, and have there's something called the aerobic base build-up before the actual training.
Got it.
Yeah.
And I got something very interesting to ask him and share with you. So, if you can look at him, he has a classic marathon runner body. Like, what is a classic marathon runner body? Muscle mass goes against you.
Yeah.
You can't be muscular, you can't be beefy, but you'll also see they will carry some bit of water weight, which is a little bit of fat, because so that they can last during this. I always tell you guys, if you aspire to be a marathon runner, if you aspire to have any performance athletics, you want preparing for that, train like he would train, which I'm going to ask him. But if your goal is aesthetics is like, you want to pack on muscle, you want to pack on six pack, I don't think running can help you, but it has a great high. So how do you train when you train for marathon, or do you do any weight training or anything?
Professionally, weight training is advisable. Since I don't do it since I'm an amateur and I'm doing it for myself. So I'm primarily relying on just the 4 primal movements, which is you do push-ups, you do pull-ups, use body weight, do the plank and do the squats.
Perfect.
So
Just body weight.
Yeah, just.
And guys, I also want you to see his feet. He does barefoot running. He doesn't have those shoes, fancy Nike runners or Adidas runners. What's the logic behind it? Like,
It's at the moment this thing is a little controversial. There are people who say that no, it doesn't help and maybe it hurts.
is it helping you?
Personally, it's really done a lot of good to me. My running, my speed has increased in the first place. There were a few, nagging pains that I always had in the Achilles heel and to an extent even the runner's knee. All that has gone. So personally, it's done a lot of good to me.
It has actually helped you heal.
Exactly, yeah. Because what happens is that understandably, the moment you are not relying on the cushion of the shoe, so you're going more nimble. You go careful.
Correct.
So the stride length decreases, and your cadence improves.
It's very logical, actually.
Yeah. So it's but natural that you begin to place your foot toe first, not really toe first, but forefoot first.
Because you have to protect it.
Yeah. So, but with a very good cushion, there are chances that you don't bother about all of that, and there's a little bit of heel involved. So, that's my take on it. But the study just goes on. This plus and minus. It's done personally. It's done a lot of good to me.
So, guys, I would, this is something, and I strongly feel about fitness. And just correct me if I'm wrong. Everything works different for different people. There is no manual that you can refer back on. There is no, there's definitely science, but obviously there are, failed experiments and there are successful experiments. We usually go with the successful ones, but even the failed ones have worked with great success for many people. Coming back to marathon, guys, because you keep asking me this question that how do we train for marathon, or what should be the mindset. So can you just tell me, let's say you have a marathon coming in, say 2 months, 3 months. How would you typically train for it? Would you run more, or how much time would you spend while running and in training, gymming, anything?
Yeah. If I were to just break it down, I think it'll be inappropriate to take names of people in the sense that you can follow that program and all, but you go online and you have plenty. So personally, I followed there's a gentleman by the name of Hal Higdon. He's written a few books. He's into the running thing for a long time. He has these basic programs for novice, for amateur, for advanced, for trained athletes. So these are generally 18-week programs. So
take me through what exactly is that training?
So how it works is that firstly you need to decide an event that okay, this is the marathon that I want to run. Then you work it backwards. 18 weeks is the training schedule, and then you work it further backwards. That to start the 18-week thing, you gradually begin to run and increase your running to almost an hour of running at least. Only then start that 18-week program. So and all of that is fairly clearly.
How would you, let's say, forget this guy?
Yeah.
I'm saying, if I want to train for marathon, because obviously we have time, we don't have time to follow these things. Right?
Yeah.
What would you recommend to somebody who's in his 40s or 50s or 30s who wants to run and have a? Do you think there's an age barrier to running?
There's a very nice saying. It says that you don't stop running because you grow old. You grow old because you stop running. And it works.
How old are you?
I'm 44 now.
So he's 44. He's running 42 Ks. Guys, so so what is the motivation? So what do you
Personally, it was a strange whim. I like the motto 42 at 42. So that's the first marathon that I ran.
Yeah.
And it just started with that. And I guess generally when, especially adult males, around 40, is the age when they call of the midlife crisis and stuff. Yeah. So there are lot many runners who start running around 40.
Beat this crisis, right?
Possibly. Possibly it's that. With me, it's just that I got time to do it now. Before that, I didn't really have the time to do it.
Did the army background help? Was the army background?
The army has a different kind of running. You're not firstly looking at this kind of distance. You're looking at shorter distance. You're looking at weight when you're running. You have a weapon when you're running. So it's a different running altogether. Though the running culture is there, but not of the kind where you're talking of long distance endurance. So someday I hope soon enough I get from the marathons to the ultra marathons. So that kind of running is not really happening in the army.
What about eating? Do you eat specific kind of food when it comes to marathon, or any carb-rich diet or anything?
To start with, I started on a thing of 60-65% carb. And maybe 20-25% protein in the rest.
That's your macros, right?
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. But off late, one reads and one experiences for yourself. I would say I'm balanced, maybe leaning more towards protein now.
What do you eat typically?
So breakfast is a lot of fruit, a lot of nuts. There's
peanuts, walnuts, and stuff.
Walnuts and almond and dates, fig. Quite a few of them. Then I prefer to have this thing called quinoa. That and I was having a lot of cereal before, muesli primarily, but I've kind of cut down on that. And I have chocolate milk. Yeah,
Okay.
Chocolate milk is supposedly, in fact I saw it in National Geographic, it's one of the best recovery drinks. Just after a long run.
Only for him, guys.
Yeah.
Don't even try it. Okay.
Yeah, so it just says that don't add any sugar to it. So the milk is milk, and you just put the chocolate drinking powder.
So is this helping you recover? I love the taste though.
Yeah, I don't do too much of it. It's not like I'm having a big glass. So it's so that's breakfast. Lunch is mostly it's brown rice and a lot of dal. Vegetable and maybe fish, a little fish. Night is comparatively lighter, so I do the rotis at night. But again, a lot of dal and 2 vegetables. So I think I'm keeping it fairly simple. It's not complicated.
Simple,